Hello, YouTube. Welcome to another Me Diaries. I'm so excited to be here. Well, the message that I want to share with you today is something that I've been thinking about for a little while. And it's something that I was going over and processing in my head. And the video that I want to share with you is called Naked for Jesus. And when I say naked, what I mean by naked is being vulnerable, taking off all the layers of shame and guilt and ick, right? The heavy stuff that has been weighing you down. And if you're anything like me, you know, I was carrying that stuff for a very, very long time. And I'm going to share with you some of these drawings that I have. And drawing is not my strong suit, so bear with the drawings. But so when we're younger, okay, well, I'll just show you. So here's me as a young child, right? And what I thought about, I know it's horrible. My drawings are very horrible, kind of funny. But so what this represents is me as a child. And when we're younger, I had a very traumatic childhood growing up. And so I think about me as that child from A Christmas Story. And you know, when he goes out in that Christmas suit where he's like, can't even put his arms down. I feel like that represents me as a child, with the insults. And I'll read you what this says. Ugly, poor, fat, no self-worth, unibrow. I used to get made fun of for my unibrow. And I would get called troublemaker all the time, and dysfunction and chaos and anger, trauma. And even at a very young age, I had this fear of rejection that I just held on to. Fat, loser. And every insult and every rejection, every hurt and everything that I grew up with, you know, and I know that there's so many that can relate to me. I held on to it like that child in that Christmas Story, that snowsuit. You know, I held on to every single insult, every single offense that came at me. And as I grew up, I held on to it. And then, you know, as we get older, we become adults, and then we go into a prison. Now, this is my mental prison, and still, again, not a very good drawer, right? But this is my mental prison, and I still have my snowsuit on. It's just a little bit bigger because I'm older, but, and I'll read to you what I got here. So these are the bars, the chains, you know, and those are still the words that I've held on to as a kid. And then as I get older, you see, I'm like angry, and you know, I add on to this prison. I keep filling up these prison walls, and this is my mental prison. You know, I feel worthless, a whore, junkie, bad mom. I felt insane, drug addict. I got called tweaker a lot, worthless, slut, fat, homeless, meth head, rejected, the B word, drug addict, and all these things, you know, and it just gets really ugly. And I didn't feel good about myself, you know, and I held on to this. And, you know, I think about it and the things that I said to myself and the way I felt about myself, you know, and then I know there's people that can relate to me, you know, I was miserable. I hated myself. And, you know, and as a result of that, anyone who crossed my path suffered because of it. You know, I was incapable of really loving anyone because I couldn't love myself. And, you know, I missed out on a lot because of life because of this. You know, I hurt. This was when I felt my empty void. You know, I've kept feeding this prison, you know, and it was like a deep hole. There was nothing, there was no bottom. I kept feeding it, and people kept feeding it too. You know, the insults, the hurt, the abuse, you know, the trauma. And I allowed people to keep hurting me, and I hurt others too. You know, I was not innocent. And they say hurt people hurt. And, you know, and with the abusive relationships and all that, you know, it just continued on in life. And remember feeling a void and everything. And then you get a substance, right? You find a substance that kind of makes you feel good, something that you're not used to. And you'll take that, you know. I remember finding the substance that I had that, you know, kind of canceled out that void for temporary moments, you know, of relief from being miserable, you know, that temporary relief that, okay, so I don't have to be miserable. That false sense of like power, that false sense of like beauty or whatever, you know, whatever your drug gives you in the moment, whether that's food, men, women, gambling, sex, porn, whatever. I mean, meth, anything, money. I mean, I mean, drugs are only a symptom of the problem, you know. I mean, there's so many different addictions out there. And, you know, for me, I was empty inside. I had to feel something. I was lost. I didn't know what my problem was. I thought something was wrong with me. I thought that I was missing a couple of things up here because, but, you know, I look back at my abominable snowman suit that I was wearing and, you know, that makes sense to me now. But, so, you know, keep going through life. When I got clean, I came to a point of, okay, so it's time to get naked, you know. And when I got clean, I found faith and I found God, and I started to trust in the process. And okay, so here's me trusting in the process, shedding all those layers. Now, I got very vulnerable with God, and so surrendering to God's feet. And it was a process, you know, it didn't happen overnight. It came through faith, and that was through the mustard seed of faith, you know, very, very, it was a process. And, you know, what happened is, when we start getting naked for Jesus, we start taking off those layers. You see, I'm not wearing the abominable snowman, suit anymore. That I was able to take that off my inner child as well, and start nurturing the child within me. And those mean, hurtful things, I don't feel that about myself anymore. I get to say that I'm lovable and beautiful. I'm worthy. I'm a good mom. I've made mistakes in the past, but that doesn't define who I am today. I'm humble. I'm reliable. I'm a warrior for God. I'm a good person. I'm responsible. I'm trustworthy. You know, I get to share the gospel. I'm full of life. You know, I get to, you know, I'm not a very good drawer, but that's okay because it's progress, not perfection, right? I don't have to make excuses. I don't know how to draw. I really don't, but whatever. And so I don't have to feel bad about that because not everybody can draw, and you know, that's okay. But, I'm just messing around. But anyways, so, you know, it really does boil down to getting naked for Jesus. You know, you think about like when Adam and Eve were in the garden, you know, and they're walking around and like literally naked, and they're walking around, and then, you know, they ate the apple and they sin, you know, it's like, and then they become shameful. The thing is, it's like, God loves us. God loves you. Even if you don't believe it, God loves you. And it doesn't matter what you've done in life. Trust me, take it from someone who has done a lot of bad in life. You know, done a lot of bad in life. I've done a lot of bad in life, and God sees us for our hearts, and there's nothing in this world that you can do that would make God stop loving you. I don't care what anybody has told you. I don't care what these people have lied to you. You know, these things in life, we have to let go of these, because these lies don't define you. You know, the enemy's lies don't define you. You know, the freedom comes when we can let go of these, and that's a process. And I pray that that process can begin for you. And if you don't know how to start that process, reach out to me, and you can leave a message in the in the email. I'll leave the email in the comment. It's in the about section, but I'm going to leave it in the comment of this video too. And so if you don't know how to start that process, leave a comment and or on that email address, and I'll guide you in the right way, because once we let go of this prison and God starts breaking those chains and breaking that bondage away, the freedom is found. Let me tell you, because that weight from all that shame and guilt can hold us down so much. And I mean, our postures will change. There is freedom. There is hope out there. I promise you. And so this is, you know, one of the things that I really, really want to share is there is a message of hope. And I'm super excited for this YouTube page because I've got so many great ideas and I'm excited to share them with you. And I've got so many great ideas in mind and I'm super excited to share it with you. So I'm going to pray that who's ever listening, God begins to start weeding off these layers. Get naked, you know, even in the winter time, get naked. I don't care what season it is. God will keep you warm, you know. That was probably a very corny joke, but whatever. Anyways, take the layers off, be vulnerable, and let God do that work on you, because there is freedom in it, I promise you. So I look so forward to building this community with you guys, and I'm just so excited, you know, and everything that I share has just been such a process for me. But I'm going to be vulnerable and I'm going to be open, and I'm always going to be me. And I really am going to just share with you guys what I have gone through and how I've overcome many things. And I really want to share the people in my life that have overcome what they've been through too. Those are more videos to come in the future. So yeah, I think that's all I got for today. And I look forward to seeing you guys later. Take care.